My lords and ladies, you must understand that our experience, my Lord Dietrich and I experience with the Mid-Realm 20-year tornado must be prefaced by the fact that I love thunderstorms. They're one of my favorite types of weather. But only when I'm in a nice, stable house in the middle of the city with no possibility of being struck by lightning or swept off to Kansas against my will. Now, many of you have seen our tent. It resides at the Autocrat's Point, the large blue one with, as my Lord Danu mentioned earlier today, too many windows.
I should talk?
Yeah, you should talk.
You merely have too many square feet. We have too many windows.
You walk all right, though.
What was that?
On the night of said tornado, my lord and I went to sleep fairly early, as is our wont among this group, though ridicule often results. And we're lying awake, or asleep actually, fairly early on as the storm began. I remember opening my eyes, looking up, seeing the tent go over my head, left to right at a fairly even oscillation, and thinking, this is very interesting how long before it falls upon my head. I unfortunately awoke my Lord Dietrich, who merely said, you're being silly, go back to sleep. I said, I can't. About that time the thunder and lightning started. It's too noisy out here. I, of course, fell asleep because even though it was thundering and lightning, there were many voices around, maybe perhaps someone screeching for help in the other direction, I'm not sure. The next time I awoke, it was pouring down rain, and you must understand also that our tent belonged to my Lord Dietrich's parents, and is perhaps 20 years old, or thereabouts. 25 years old. It had not yet been re-scotch guarded, and the rain was pelting at such a force as to drive minuscule drops of mist through the tent, so there was a fine mist of water pervading the entire interior of the tent. At this point, I realized that I had left several of the snaps for the windows undone. No. And there was water also coming in that way. So I immediately hopped out of bed and snapped the snaps. I got back onto our air mattress and realized that I had to go to the bathroom rather desperately, but I was not about to leave the tent. So I lie awake in the bed, cowering, until I believe dawn came and the wind died down and the rain stopped, whereupon I threw on a sweater and some jeans and ran to the privy, where I saw, well, are we getting to that story yet?
I think we've gotten to that story.
And the segue.
But our tent stayed up.
Our tent did stay up, yes. One of the few.